Hello and welcome everybody back to the League of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Kebablord here, and we are continuing our big Anno 1800 Let's Play. So in the last episode we were finally able to get a few more artisans, give them some canned food as they requested. And yeah, we will see how everything will develop in this episode. We are trying to fulfill a bit more of the needs they have. In this case, maybe we'll go for the sewing machines, we will see. But most importantly, I want to start transferring the palace to this island. And for that, I unfortunately have to prepare a lot of stuff. Mainly, as soon as we get rid of the palace that we have in our old capital, well, that weird construct that we just call palace now, we are going to need a lot of influence before we can do anything, because well, most of that we actually get from our palace. So if we don't want to be rendered completely immovable in regards of that, we should prepare a museum with enough modules here on this island. And for that, and it pains me a bit to do so, I don't really want to get rid of this old one. Here's the thing, so what do we get here? We get 10 influence per module from museums. Well, and that is our museum. That's a bit much. On the other hand, we could try to increase our influence further. But that might take an eternity. But now seeing this again, I don't want to get rid of this construct. It would be a shame. As well as the zoo. In a perfect world, I actually want to still have that all. So, yeah, nope. We are going to increase the size of our new capital. And I still need to point out where exactly we are going to build the World Exhibition, and it will be most likely around here. I will go a bit in there, and then the main module of the palace can start over here. But what we can do is we can build a local department. Get at least a bit of a bonus. Select a department. The public mooring is not in range yet. That's a shame. Maybe it
Perhaps they're going to prettier places.
Not really. So that definitely opened up the option to
reporting in.
Go for another island and start something producing there. We are definitely going to need more iron.
Say.
New orders.
Also, I wanted to check here another thing. Did we actually get the item for the salvager? For an echolocation, I mean, we have a normal echolocation, yeah. But the special one, after I now received the hint in the comments that this allows us to find random items. Guess I should go for that. I don't want to transmute stuff, actually.
I've a wealth of parts, real odds and ends.
The interesting thing is that we basically have an eternal supply of infinite supply of money.
On course.
Well, I definitely won't say to golden
I'm an
items.
impulsive shopper myself.
Altitude stable.
The festival has ended. Your city has grown uglier.
Airship.
Well, maybe one day we will see again a proper echolocation, a golden one. But so far we only got a few more treasure maps. Or what am I saying? With only, that is actually quite a good deal already. So, sewing machines. Yeah, now I wish I could sort per region. But well. So, how well are we doing with our airship armada in the Arctic? Yeah, I'd say that is good.
Altitude stable.
You know what? You all may go to Cape Trelawney. It's a bit of a shame that they can't be warships.
Hovering.
That would also be interesting. Just bringing fire to the enemy, like in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Game saved.
Aye.
Aye.
And I know that this might be now a little bit boring for you, but Well, again, I'm showing you one-to-one the gameplay experience, aside from the war with Lady Margaret Hunt. Because that really was annoying. Oh wait, okay, that is the power auger. That is good for gold. Yeah, I was just mistaking it for an echo location device. So here we got a couple of treasure hunts, but this mainly for machines at Cape Trelawney. Come on, I have at least 50 million to spend on legendary
All
items.
perfectly legal.
Thing is, I could also specialize in one specific thing, having one
Alonso's good to follow
orange,
at a
one purple, and one
distance
blue
for
item.
all the leftovers.
I mean, I have more than enough of them.
Dirigibbling.
Cargo boat at the ready.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
Yeah, my ship. Like I sent only one.
Your ship has returned from its voyage. Your ship has returned from its voyage.
Fleet ready?
Your ship has
So,
returned from
my
its
mighty
voyage.
fleet.
Moving to coordinates.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
If you now come with me, we are going to fill you up with treasure maps
Your ship
and
has
other
returned
stuff.
from its voyage.
And after that, I'm going to focus on the city again, because we definitely need to make
I
some
feel
progress. Again, I want to be done with sewing machines after today. And maybe we can also start with the production of fur coats if I'm managing to get cotton up fast enough. Then we might even get engineers already. Yeah, I could also go for rum, but honestly, I don't care that much for it.
Waiting course.
Okay, that might be interesting for our steamships.
Delivering. On course. Dirigibbling.
Well, with that we will then definitely have more than enough to do for our salvager.
Heading set.
I don't think I had her already. And we will definitely have never issues with money again. I mean, I've already done this here so often.
Light path plotted.
And we are still above 140 million. This is actually quite insane. Slowly but steadily this is going to be expensive.
On course. Light path plotted.
Aye.
We're in the presence of a virtuoso.
Of course, why am I not surprised? Effect, resilience is happiness plus 10. Residents are provided with the needs for champagne. That is actually quite good.
A future
Though
bright.
she is a bit late for me to be useful.
Dirigibbling. Light path plotted.
Game saved.
Heading set.
Cool, I even found some new treasure maps for Cape Trelawney.
Airship. On course.
That is awesome, but at least for now,
Dip.
I should focus on funding a new city for more production. So this here is 3 iron, 1 iron, 2, 2. Of course here we have 9, but I don't want to have all the heavy industry on there. I need to make sure that we are going to as many islands as possible.
Maneuvering.
And here we definitely have more than enough space. In the meantime, our little salvager can get here a few treasure maps. For animals. Yeah, we definitely go for animals first. Do I want to use a second slot? Yes.
Begin
Okay.
the turn.
The idiot is back. Oh,
Sewing machines
have no
running out,
changes?
yeah, sure.
Really?
So...
I'll never get seasick.
I remember that we already had that island once.
Room to maneuver. Carrier about.
So, there it is. In the meantime, we can found here a new trading post.
Airship.
Well, I didn't want to press pause. So for you... So you're now 25% faster.
The people celebrate your leadership.
On our way.
Props are spinning.
Oh, one ship here was a bit off. Now, you might have already guessed it, but I love airships. That gives me at least a little bit of steampunk feel that I need. Oh, and you can also transport.
Light path plotted.
A ship was destroyed.
Wait. What? What happened?
The bow's made of.
So apparently I just lost my super steamship.
Game saved.
Did it go too close to any of these?
Altitude stable.
Honestly, I don't know. But that is annoying.
Dirigibbling.
Thank the Admiral. Let's extend the old telescope.
Carrier about.
Oh yeah, I'm now officially a bit shocked that this happened. I didn't even see it on the minimap. And I thought that the path here was clear enough that it would not go through any dangerous area. But apparently I was wrong.
On course.
But still, time to make the best out of it. Okay, so we have 3 iron mines. Oh, cool. We even got a coal mine. So there's that.
Hovering.
So in
Oh,
the
the
meantime, we
crane.
are going here for the next item.
Look what blew up the blowhole.
A Temple of Poseidon.
Full steam ahead.
Oof. That seems to be a big island. I'm pretty sure it means not this one. As it seems. Okay, it might actually be here. Our
Bring her
little island for the
around.
canned food.
Fleet en route.
So you bring 200 tons of timber. You bring 200 tons of stone.
Heading set.
Because I tend to go for very heavy overproduction here. I might even want to optimize it later on with items.
Dirigibbling. On course.
I might even do so by building a local administration.
Ready. Maneuvering.
So in the meantime, we will go here for the next item for us.
Kelpie blood in your
On
veins.
our way.
So now we need to deliver all of that stuff first. There are definitely a few nice things in there. So we have here a temple. Yeah, we already got that one.
Altitude stable.
So sad. So sad.
Game saved.
Hovering. Airship.
Okay, so if we are now building such a local administration, a local department, okay, here it starts losing effect. Good, we are going to build it here. You will be a Department of Labor, 10% for production buildings within range of a trade union. And you get here... Are we going for extra goods from heavy factories? Nope, I don't think so. We are going for 50% less workforce needed.
The festival has ended.
So let's see what we can do with 2 iron mines.
Your city has grown uglier.
So just in case, I don't want to replace that mine that often. Could I actually place a trade union in a way that it would fill everything? Might even be the case. So you get a 10% bonus. And in order to get more coal, because that one mine is definitely not going to be enough, we need to build here 2 more charcoal burners. Then we need 2 of those. And now we can start building the actual industry. So we have a furnace. We can support 4 of them. So they consume only half of the workforce necessary, right? Yep. So and we can now supply a couple of these.
Game saved.
So how many sewing machines are we now producing? 9 per minute.
Offering.
She used to be.
Okay, so here we get the sewing machines one. And we can create a new trade route between here and there. Find the sewing machines one. So the bayonet we are going to get here. The sewing machines as intended. So was it the right number or do I need to change something? No, it was the right one. Now, time to go back to our salvager.
never get seasick.
Carry her about.
So now I'm going to follow this ship now. To see if it is going to be shot. I also did not even get a notification about the steamship being shot or something like that.
Not so long ago, I'd have dealt with this myself. The reality of it hit you?
That is also why it really confused me. Unless there's of course a quest that there are sea mines in a certain area. And the game simply did not tell me yet, then it would be a major design flaw, actually.
Success at sea is not easily won.
So that
How
one...
we've longed to get back to the blue.
Begin the turn.
So from now on you should have sewing machines, right?
Airship.
Yep, they are now being produced.
New orders.
But yeah, we are not going for fur coats in this episode. We are going to finish the diving expedition here. Oh, look at that. The ships are even moving from time to time. Oh wait, that is now getting dangerously close. I never want to hit the pause button, but the normal speed button. I want to see...
Room to maneuver.
I'm being shot at. Nope, so it was not the fault of these.
Begin the turn.
Thank the Admiral. Be our guide.
No, it's not this island, or is it? No, it's not. It's this one, as it seems.
Bring
Yep.
her around.
Here seems to be the location. And it also seems like we got 2 new animals for our little set in the zoo. Isn't that fantastic?
Game save.
Yeah, we can focus on the abyssal depth here.
You're a canny herring.
Room to maneuver.
And we got another blobfish. Yay, so exciting. So and then of course we can go for the machine hunting, but I'm not
Oh,
really
the
keen on
crane.
that. So here we get the Prickle Sea Devil.
Your city
And
has
the
grown
Goblin
more
Shark.
beautiful.
And just out of curiosity,
Alaska this Sunday. No accidents in weeks. Doesn't it look a bit emaciated to you?
the Lion's Man jellyfish.
I have a fitting for new boots.
Here we have the Temple of Poseidon, Atlantean culture. Or we could go for this one again. Or just ignore this at all. But since otherwise the episode would be so super short,
One final look.
so we go for that. And I want an increased chance of finding animals.
Truth doesn't, indeed taste half as bad as they say. It's important to be true to oneself.
Carry her about. On our way. Room to maneuver. Begin the turn. Bring her around. Carry her about.
Okay, we are getting 2 signals back.
Begin the turn. Carry her about.
I'm going for the silver one first. Hey, we got a bit of scrap in there.
Carry her about.
So apparently here are mines.
Begin the turn. Carry her about.
Oh dear, I seem to have found some of the
On our
scepter.
way.
But how will you piece it together now? You must know, the last thing I want is a repeat of the Battle of Trelawney.
Game saved.
Wow, I found more valuable scrap.
Room to maneuver.
Okay, let's say it to him.
Begin the
Let us
turn.
know.
And
has
a
ended.
signal. So reappearing.
Your city has grown ugly.
Room to maneuver. On our way.
Okay. We found the so-called Vaquita.
Room to maneuver.
Sorry, but I know I have to continue with that. Now I'm a bit hooked.
Begin the turn. Bring her around. On our way.
I found a whale.
Room to maneuver.
If we
Begin the
both
turn.
delve into the haycock for that very special needle, there's more chance at least one of us snags a bloody thumb.
Room to maneuver.
Full of gladness, I make my best work.
So, you're playing best of 3. I hope you realize the
Carry her
seriousness of
about.
such a gamble. It seems you had better win.
Bring her around. Carry her about.
In respect of our promise, in the best interest of both our nations, I, Vasco Oliveira Silva, servant of His Majesty King Ra of Acoroa, agree to surrender the piece of a scepter of Capon currently in my custody, namely the pommel of a scepter, in the event of my failing to discover the final piece of a scepter, the eagle first, so long as the counterparty agrees to do the same in the opposite event.
Bring her around. Room to maneuver.
And maybe I should build a zoo without any limitations of that, without any set limitation. Might also be interesting. Oh well.
I see the same old faces whenever I come here.
So, we got a quest item here. Oh, cultural item.
In this gen-
Ready?
The king is, indeed, mad. He appears to care nothing for our victory and was upset in the extreme to learn that we hadn't yet begun pursuit of the Santissima Vittoria, for he is adamant that the scepter of Capon is on board. Having received word that the flagship was heading northeast, His Majesty ordered Captain Richardson of the HMS Ajax to go after her. Under no circumstances will he permit us to accompany them. I have tried to inform the king that the Ajax is ill-equipped for the duel, but my injury leaves me weak and I have had to retire to my quarters. Santissima Vittoria may be the largest man of war ever built. Richardson knows he leads his men to their deaths, but he has always been a man unwavering in his sense of duty. It is unseasonably morbidly hot. A rowboat was found this morning beached on the headland, brought in on the current, presumably, for its occupants are 3 days dead of thirst. In a clenched hand, one held a letter from Richardson. These men were sent to find help. The crew of the Ajax surviving a clash with the Santissima Vittoria only by swimming to an island southeast of the headland. We immediately dispatched a rescue boat, but it was too late. Richardson and his crew have met the same fate. We found no trace of the Santissima Vittoria either. His Majesty's reaction is predictable. These lives were taken by his hands, yet he weeps only for the scepter. My wounds fester, and my fever worsens. The doctor says I must put down my pen.
What Nadaski writes of here, the heroes that tilted the battle in our favor were stranded. They never returned, but we may still learn what became of them.
New orders.
So we know it was in the southeast without fresh water. So it should be an island without a river.
Props are spinning.
The people celebrate your
Heading
leadership.
set.
I mean, I can see ships here. And this is definitely the southeast.
On course. Flight path plotted. Maneuvering.
How thrilling! A renowned personage has arrived.
Of course, you would draw the attention. Lady Baines affects our trading post. Share lockdown. Locks the shares of your island, preventing another party from purchasing them. Willow Steel residents no longer lose happiness as a result of morale lost during island wars. Harbor activity 30%. Well, on diplomacy 55. She is a good item.
Heading set. Maneuvering.
So
I
I'm
could simply
supposed
go
to
to
find
You look
a
as
wreckage
radiant as ever. Uncompromising journalism.
to the southeast of the mainland. We are now a bit much
Heading
directly to the south. And again, no fresh water. Which evidently means,
On
again,
course.
no river or anything like that, though all the small islands here have no river.
Maneuvering.
It's here. That's not much south, but hey.
I have not left the palace in haste to be denied. A mere frigate against a ship of the line. Only father's obsession with the scepter could have clouded his judgment so. The last piece must be down there in the murk.
Richardson's
Nadasky
log.
sketched the Santissima Vittoria in his journal before it wrecked on the coast.
2 a.m. Our patrol was uneventful. The night is calm. Thanks to Admiral Nadasky's exceptional strategy, the HMS Ajax and many of his sister ships have prevailed in the Battle of Trelawney. 9 a.m. We have new orders. The Ajax has been chosen by His Majesty himself to chase and board the Santissima Vittoria, where we are to retrieve an object of great importance. The enemy have significant advantage, but the HMS Ajax is logical choice, being one of a few frigates still in good condition. I must have faith we can achieve our goal, or else my man will not. 12 p.m. We encountered with Santissima Vittoria southeast of the mainland. She opened fire on sight. I commanded the Ajax to retaliate. We disabled their rudder and saw the enemy flagship wreck against the east coast of the mainland, pulled in by a strong current. The scepter has gone with her, and the two are filling with water. HMS Ajax sunk. 1 rowboat, myself, and rest swimming for shore. Desolate island, no fresh water, heat unbearable, current too strong to attempt crossing. Saying rowboat to get help. 19th October, no word from rowboat, we will die here. October 21st, all hope is lost. Our king has forsaken us.
On course.
Here we got the Santissima Vittoria.
There is no mistake. This was once La
Heading
Corona's
set.
great flagship. The Eagle must be here.
So now come on, let's find the scepter. And then we have another hour of an episode.
Bring her around.
second I thought it'd be marvelous. You know, now that I see it, it really doesn't look much like an eagle, does it? Oh well, none of my subjects will ever dare to question it. We have the eagle, and Vashko promised to yield the pommel. He promised.
Room to maneuver.
We're only as good as our last. Ah, keep the wretched bird. This is the second time my family have been humiliated here. Cursed place. I must return to face my fate at the hands of King Zhuao. None of your pity, thank you.
Room to maneuver.
It has been a long time coming.
Mr. Oliveira was truly a man of his word. Had it been me, I'd never have let him have our piece of the scepter.
Looks like it was made to be split into three. Shouldn't be too hard to put back together.
I have not undergone all this trouble so that flea may lay his oily digits on it. Haven't we plenty of scholars versed in the art of restoration already?
Do I ask too much? A canopy of stars, each...
There's plunder to be
The scepter of Capone has almost been returned to its former splendor. There are just two final details missing, the inlay of a parrot one side and the delicate filigree.
Look at you go.
Hold the crane.
And we will see, and then hopefully the entire quest with the scepter is over. Oh, provide residents with 9 tons gold. Ugh.
See anything shiny down there then?
Carry her about.
Ah, but I see other shiny things. I see a few signals for a treasure hunt.
An explosion in one of your factories.
You gotta be shitting me.
Aye.
Well then.
Carry her about.
Game saved.
This iron would actually be perfectly suited for concrete production, if you would actually need that.
Bring her around.
Do I ask too much? You bring meaning to my existence.
My gratitude is heartfelt. This is a new emblem of state behind which my subjects will surely rally. There's no use owning such a treasure unless it can be grandly displayed for my subjects. They shall see that, in ambition, I am at least my father's equal.
Okay, is it at least a set item or anything like that? Equip in a museum, yeah. Oh wait, did the game give the scepter to a ship? Yeah, of course it did. Because it's retarded. Okay, time to build a new museum. Where would it fit in? Here actually seems to be a good spot, or... Nah, not here. We are just moving that one. Clearing that area. here, a connection.
The people celebrate your leadership.
This is not the perfect location, it's out of range actually. Whoopsie. Oh well. This is easily filled again. We can go for a museum here. But this time it should maybe face into that area. Seriously, game. Alright, we let this count for Zeus. Okay, that should solve our little issue here. So, and here we are lacking one specific piece of flower bed.
People will come from far and wide to behold the scepter of Kebablord, the ultimate exponent of my authority.
Extra, extra!
Behold the scepter of Kebablord.
One's youthful imaginings of this place of triumph, so dutifully have you made whole. In particular, I am indebted to you for helping me see the king, my father, as he really was, warts and all. I always believed my father when he claimed to be the unsung mastermind at the Battle of Trelawney. But it was Nadaski all along that was saving his blushes.
Hovering.
Oh wow, there's actually a bit of character development.
I may have been wrong about Admiral Nadaski. Upon my return to the capital, I shall have a great big pillar built in his honor.
On course.
Well, it's high time I return to rescue poor old Archie. He may otherwise start chattering about his bowels. Look.
Game saved.
Okay, so now a question for me is, how big is the set for Battle of Trelawney? It's just a 3 set piece. Oh well, for now I'm slotting in here everything that I have. I'm pretty sure we get the 3rd set piece after escorting Her Majesty.
Aye.
Fleet awaiting orders.
Okay, so... You move to Cape
Come on,
Trelawney. And these two will as well. I will just equip them with a couple of items that might actually prove useful. So, trade union items. Do we have anything interesting here? Fex slaughterhouse. Instead of pigs for building processed beef. Yeah, that one is great.
To your stations.
That might also be interesting. As well as that, and that. But I really wish there was the option to actually send an item between islands, instead of having to manually do that. But hey. The rest is actually working quite well. But I'm now going to end this episode. We are going to escort the Queen afterwards.
Your city has grown uglier.
You will get the sword. You will get the scepter.
Perfect for a rainy afternoon.
So, and with that we are going to wrap up. I hope you liked this episode. If yes, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It's always a great feedback for me. If you have any feedback, questions or whatsoever, then just type it down in the comments. I will make sure to read them all. And if you want to get in touch with me or the community directly, feel free to join the community Discord. You will find a link in the video description.
Any mermaids open their purses of pearls for you then?
And if you want to get notified whenever I upload something new, then, well, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Just make sure that notifications are activated, because otherwise you will, unfortunately, not be notified whenever I upload something new. And that would be a shame if you would miss something out because of that.
The festival has ended. Your city has grown uglier.
Maybe I will go for a few treasure hunts without a video. We will see.
Happy melodies, spring.
And yeah, with that, I'm saying goodbye, and see you next time in Anno 1800. Bye bye.